What's up guys, Kyle here again, and today we're gonna check out this, the Marauder preamp pedal by Master Effects. Let's do it! Alright, hope you guys are doing great out there today. If this is your first time here at my channel, my name is Kyle, and what I do is I take awesome high gain amplifiers, overdrives or preamp pedals, cab speakers, guitars, and pickups. I record them with a simple SM57 setup, and I give you guys the unprocessed audio on your end. So if you're into E standard thrash riffs, drop C hardcore riffs, and dudes with self-induced tinnitus, you're in the right place. Consider hitting the like button and subscribing on your way out so you don't miss any more of my stuff. Thanks! So as you guys know, I am a huge fan of Peavey stuff. It's not like we've never talked about it before, maybe once or twice, you know. But I have always loved all of the Peavey gear, all the high gain stuff that I've ever tried. There really is not a Peavey amp where I've played it and I've been like, man, this isn't for me. Maybe the Penta, but otherwise, I really dig all their stuff, and that includes the solid state amplifiers as well. Recently on my channel, I demoed the Trans-Tube Supreme as well as the Trans-Tube Silver Stripe Bandit, which are essentially the same thing. One's a combo and one is a head. This pedal essentially is the preamp of that amp. Although it is based off the teal stripe, they are extremely similar in a pedal, because it's a pedal, and I just said it was a pedal like 3 times. But yeah, Master Effects, who is a company out of Canada, makes awesome preamp and distortion pedals, and they model them after amps that are really popular and sometimes hard to find. So the one that I have here is the Peavey Bandit. They have also sent me one that is a Marshall Valve State 100 preamp clone, which I will be demoing in the near future. I can honestly tell you guys both of them are awesome. You heard that opening clip. I've got kind of like a dull, clean tone dialed in on the Peavey Invective, and as soon as they kicked that pedal in, it was mayhem. It sounded fantastic. So, with that being said, Master Effects has sent me this pedal for a review for free, but that doesn't mean that you're not gonna get my honest opinions, because you guys know I always keep it real with you. Now, as opposed to starting at noon with everything like I typically would do, I'm just gonna dial through the controls and show you how this thing works. There is a lot of variability in the EQ range as well as the volume settings on the pedal, so we're gonna play around with those a little bit, and then I'm gonna plug it into the effects loop of the Invective and see how it acts as a straight up preamp pedal, because right now we're going just into the clean channel of the Invective. All of my overdrives are off, and currently all of these pedals are in the loop of the new Rev G8 gate pedal, and as you can hear, it's doing a great job of keeping things silent. So anyways, here's the clean tone again. Pretty dull, not really any breakup or anything going on, so we're gonna go ahead and kick the pedal in. All right, so as you can tell, it's a very bright pedal considering how dull the clean tone was, and that kind of reflects my experience with the Peavey Bandit, because it is a really bright solid state amp and you have to have the right speakers to kind of balance that out. In my experience, V30s, which is what we're running through right now, are not the best speaker for the Bandit preamp circuit because it just tends to get too spiky in the mids, but we're gonna make do. We're gonna see what we can do regardless. So I've got the bright switch on. Let's turn the bright switch down and let's get a little bit more preamp gain and a little bit less high end, and let's hear how that sounds. That definitely muffled it a bit, but almost too much to the point where I had to roll the edge or the high end back up on the pedal. Let's also check what difference the bright switch makes. All right, so as you can tell, a lot of that brightness is taken out on the very top end with the bright switch. I'm actually gonna kick that on and dial the highs back. So yeah, that takes some of that edge off of there, no pun intended, by dialing the edge back. Let's play with the body, which is the mid control, and see how much of a difference that makes, because there's a lot of range on this thing. So yeah, as you can see, a ton of range in that mid or body control. It really completely changes the voicing of the pedal when you dial it all the way down or all the way up. You can get super scoopy type tones. But that does sound pretty awful, so let's not do that. Let's bump it back up. Right around 1 o'clock is kind of where I tend to like it. I gotta dial that post back down. Post back down. Okay, so on top of that, we've also got a bottom. All right, guys, just like the amp, these EQ controls just have such a massive sweep to them, and that's one of the things that's so cool about the Peavey Bandit and the trans tube stuff is there's an active EQ section on those amps, and really the slightest tweak can completely change the voicing. That is all present here on the pedal, which I think is really, really cool. So right now we've got the gain switch in the up position, which is more gain, and I've got it dialed pretty high. So we're actually going to dial that down and go through the range of the gain. So as you can tell, not a lot of gain. Noon. That's actually a pretty good sounding kind of crunch tone. A little bit spiky up top because it is solid state after all. All right, and then all the way up. Okay, so let's take it back down to 9 o'clock, put the gain in the up position. So as you can tell, a little bit more range in the up position, but not a crazy amount. I'm actually gonna bump it down, and we're gonna bump it back to about 2 o'clock, and I'm gonna kick in this Gonzo boost by PLX Effects, which is basically a clean volume boost. It's insane how much this pedal sounds just like the real amp. Like, I literally, everything that I don't like about the real amp and everything I do like about it is coming through in this pedal. So Master Effects did a great job of capturing the preamp of the Peavey Bandit. It's really cool to me because I actually sold those amps after I was done with them. Even though they were cool, I wanted to hang on to them, but this pedal literally completely emulates that tone, and I can use it on any clean channel or any clean amp that I want. So that's awesome. Last thing that we're gonna do is check out the shift control, because this shifts the voicing of the mids a little bit. So here we are in the down position. I forgot that I am still in drop D, so yeah. So as you can tell, it shifts that mid voicing higher and it makes it a little bit more brittle. Not a massive difference, but it is definitely there. If you were to have both the shift and the bright up, I would imagine it would get really ice picky really quick. Really bright, really quacky. I could see that working for a really drop C or a D standard or something a little bit better than it is for E standard, but as it is now, I like both of those switches in the down position. One thing I haven't talked about yet, there is a post volume and a master volume, so let's see how those interact real quick, because I honestly haven't really messed with that. So we're gonna turn the master down. It seems like there's maybe a little bit more gain, I guess. I wouldn't really know how to describe it. It sounds cleaner when you turn the master up further versus turning the post up further. If you turn the post up, I think it sounds pretty good like that, but again, it's still a little bright. Here's how it sounds with the settings as you see them. Tube Screamer engaged. It sounds just like the Bandit Silver Stripe that I had, guys, like literally identical. It would be really, really tough for me to tell you that that is not what that is based on, because I'm hearing everything from that amp coming through the speakers right now. It's pretty crazy. So last thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put it through the effects loop of this amp and see how it sounds as just a straight preamp pedal. Okay, so that's without touching anything on the pedal. Okay guys, that's gonna do it for me today on the Master Effects Marauder pedal. I personally think that this pedal recreates the preamp of the Peavey Bandit or the Peavey Supreme really accurately, like crazy accurate. It's really cool. I myself thought it sounded better through the front end of the amp where I could adjust the EQ with the clean channel to really suit the pedal a little bit better. Going through the effects return, it was a little bit on the thin side, but I also didn't mess with the controls all that much. I just kind of dialed it to where I thought it sounded good. But yeah, thanks very much to Master Effects for sending this pedal out to me. Let me know your guys' thoughts down in the comments. Do you own any Master Effects stuff? If you do, let me know what you guys have and your experiences with them down below, and I'll meet you in the comments. If you guys like this video, hit that like button on the way out, as it massively helps my channel get into the living rooms or the cell phones of other people, and consider subscribing to the channel so you don't miss anything else. Down in the description of the video are all my support links, including my Sweetwater affiliate link. Click on that link, get yourself something nice from the fine folks at Sweetwater, and I get a little kickback in return. Or consider checking out my Patreon and supporting the channel that way. You could also consider becoming a member of the Belligerent Amateur community by joining my Discord server and my Facebook group, all down below in the description, as I said. Thanks so much for watching, guys. I hope you found this video helpful. Kyle here again, and we'll see you next time.